Yash. So we're talking about how semen retention can restore youthfulness and freshness. But I don't want to focus on the youthfulness part. You see, that's still ego. It's too much. This is what too many people are focusing on, including my previous self. It's like when you're in your 20s, how are you going to not focus on that? But some people have it worse than others. I had it really bad. I made a video once. I made a couple. I made an old one talking about, I don't remember the titles, but I just couldn't stop looking in the mirror from like 16 to, I don't know, late 20s or something. And I talked about how I bought a huge mirror that covered my whole wall in my studio apartment. And so saying I was obsessed was an understatement. So I understand this well. Checking the posture and my muscle tone and my cuts and my gait and my hair and my eyes and do I got swag, just everything, you know. This is too much focused on. Now, obviously, when we retain our semen, there's going to be some, you're going to get improvement on all levels. But if you're focused only like checking in the mirror every day, how do I look? I don't know. I still don't really think I look younger. It's like you can't do it for those reasons. I mean, you can try and you'll still get some benefits, but we got to transcend that at some point. And there's no exact formula how to do that. Something inside you at some point just realizes, like, you know what? This is too much stress, man. Playing the role, thinking I'm this human character. I mean, you're in a dying body from the get-go. This thing's gonna get older and degenerate every second, every moment. It's degenerating and dying. So why focus so much on a candle that's burning out anyway? See, we have to have that sanity, that wisdom, so that we can contemplate these things and go beyond it. Otherwise, we'll just get caught up, and then you get older, and the midlife crisis comes, and then you get all these surgeries. You know, women do that a little more, and then the guys who go buy, you know, sport cars or motorcycles, and you're just trying to like, oh God, I'm getting older. I gotta milk these last moments of youth for as long as I can, and then you start trying to dress younger and shave and just dye your hair. And see, you don't want to be in that rat race. You gotta. The only way to not be in that is to recognize who you are, though, beyond that, and to start to feel some inner serenity and peace. And then something's like, whoa, this is much better than just playing this whole human game. Now, the freshness I'm talking about, it's like when we were young and you go out into nature, it's like you can smell things. It's like these subtle smells, you know, if you can remember. And the colors, like everything's more vibrant. See, because when we're in this dark world of PMO or edging or just always stuck in our mind, it's like we're unaware of these subtle gifts and channels that we have. The channels aren't open, you know. It's like the life force can't flow through these more subtle nerve channels of ourselves to give us these more refined benefits that we can experience as a human being. I'm not even getting into chakras and third eye and all that. I mean, yeah, that's next level, you know. The more subtle our attention gets, the more we can enjoy a different level of reality in life. But if we're only stuck on physical level, how do we look? How do they look? And then look at other YouTubers and judge them. Oh, they don't look so good. He's on semen retention. This is mine. This keeps you in a lower state. Going to the gym all the time, yeah, checking in the mirror. That's why I stopped going to the gym. I mean, I stopped when I was like in my early 20s and just started doing body weight exercises at home. It was much more peaceful because the people in the gym just always grunting and, you know, and just, I don't know, I get tired of it. I think it's funny, it's cool, but it's like you're putting way too much emphasis and attention on a physical body that's not going to last. The other thing is genetics. Semen retention coupled with good lifestyle habits and a spiritual practice. This is the trifecta. If you're just doing semen retention, but you're still obsessed with the physical human level of things and material, if that's your main thing that you're conscious about is just materialistic stuff and worldly accolades and how am I going to make money so then I can get the girl. And if you're just tuned on that level, semen retention is not going to have as many benefits as if you're doing semen retention and having a high frequency level diet. You're not worried about like how much protein am I getting because I need to get more jacked, all that stuff. You're eating clean. You're listening to intuition. How do I got to eat to make my body run clean, to make things balance so I don't lose a bunch of digestive energy in my food? You start thinking on that level. And then your lifestyle, instead of hanging out in the clubs and being around all that, maybe you spend more time in nature at the beach. This is what I mean by a healthy lifestyle. But that has to happen organically, you know. In the meantime, live full on with trying to fulfill your desires, because you'll burn out on that at some point. That's what needs to happen. You have to come to see in your own self that all that's nonsense. Sure, I can say it, something in you might believe me, but ultimately these words have to be your own, you know. Spirituality, a spiritual practice, that's already been downloaded in you, which spiritual practice is for you. The more that you really want to know, that will be revealed. There's many different spiritual practices and religions and this and that. That's all kind of tailor-made for all these diverse level of human beings that are out there, 8 billion people. Not everybody's going to be a Christian or a Buddhist or follow Muhammad. I like them all. I like the essence. I'm about essence. I don't care, you know, God, there's one God and expresses through all these different forms. It's great. It'd be stale if everybody's just, you know, cookie cutters and there's one Messiah and everybody just, you know, it's not like that. So we can't totally get away from our genetics, and also if we lived a super debaucherous life like I did, I'm amazed I can even sit here and make it. I can't. Well, I know it's grace, but like this body is still running, and there's still some level of attraction, I think. But you know, for example, if somebody was to look at me and say, well, wait a minute, though, he's doing semen retention, and I think maybe he looks a little too old, he should be looking younger. See, you don't want to focus on that like that. The real gifts of semen retention, it's an energetic thing. I did so much damage to my body and stuff, like I said, like, I'm just amazed I'm even sitting here. I'm not even thinking about like, ooh, how young do I look? And I'm not interested in that level of appeal because I've seen through it. I've been in that stage. It doesn't do anything. You live on this planet long enough, you're going to be old and unable to walk at some point. At some point, if you don't die before that. And you're going to be wrinkled up and turn into some kind of prune. This is the reality. So don't focus on that. Focus on the more subtle, energetic gifts. This is what semen retention will give. Will you look a little younger? Yeah, because the life force is going to be flowing. More blood's flowing, oxygen flowing, nerve force is moving. So yeah, you're gonna appear to be a little younger. But don't let that be the focus, because the mind will always come in and say, oh, but I don't know, he's not young enough. I don't look young enough. And then you're caught in this like this mind game and with this stress, and then you get all messed up again. Somebody's coming, a girl. She's listening to semen retention talk. Let's see if she continues. But anyway, I think I'm about done anyway. I just wanted to give a brief outline on this and see where you're at, you know, because I get a lot of questions about that. There's superficial questions. You know, what's going to happen? Am I going to lose my benefits? And I'm like, man, don't worry about the physical benefits because it's not important. It's more important these subtle energetic benefits, but yet at the same time, you gotta go through that stage where you're totally focused on the more gross level benefits. I told you I did. I don't think anybody did it like I did. Like when I tell you I was obsessed, I was obsessed. That's an understatement. I mean, it was maybe I had to do that so that now I can really understand where you're coming from. I can share because I know all about that. I could not get enough female attention. If the whole planet, the whole 4 billion women loved me, it wouldn't be enough. It made me more restless. So, try to escape from that dark pit. That's my message, and let me know how that video worked for you. My video titles are never what people probably think, except those who have been watching me for a while. Like, I'm not going to, because normally a title will restore your youthfulness and, freshness. It's like, it'll just all be about vanity. I'm trying to I'm trying to help one transcend that level. It's not about that. Why do you want to be stuck on that level? Because it's going to end. There's no true happiness and satisfaction that's going to be found if you're on that level of trying to get female attraction, because it's going to end. Then what are you going to do? You're going to get depressed. So transcend it now. Enjoy it. You'll get it. Of course, you'll get it. I told you before, if your energy's right, you can look like the Elephant Man and you're going to get it. You ever see that movie? All right. Stay good.